Raw.
Had to do it. I had to say something about this role. Now, I will do kind of a review. I'm not going to talk a lot about the show because honestly, it wasn't very interesting. Yes, they had a couple of things I liked, but a lot of that was kind of boring. Look, you look at the Street Profits versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Did you actually think they're going to do anything with them? When it talks about Cedric and Shelton, who they should have done something, and they've done nothing with them. They let them job over the Street Profits, and we don't even know if the Street Profits are going to break up. We don't. I think they should, but you don't know. Chad Gable. Do I believe it was wise to let Chad Gable, who is in a storyline with Otis and the Maximum Male Models? Yes, I know. The manager of the Maximum, she's like this. Is this going to hurt Chad Gable? Honestly, I can't really say yes or no with it because it's going to count on how far they're going to go with him and Otis and if they're going to break up and will they fight one another. I don't know. Did I care about the 6-woman tag? Did I actually believe Damage Control was going to win?
Are you fucking serious?
Do you actually thought that they were going to let Io Sky get a tiny bit of an edge over Bianca? No. I didn't expect it, and it didn't happen. Why would I give a damn? They have buried Damage Control. I don't expect any of them, if they stay together or if they break apart, are going to be treated correctly. And it wasn't necessary to have Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez all destroying all three of them, which doesn't really help them going into the draft. Oh yeah, it makes Rochelle look okay and makes Liv look okay, but they're already the tag champs. Supposedly important when they're not. But still, this is what you get. The things I really did like. Did I like Cody's talk? Honestly, for me personally, what do you want to talk about when he opens with that is old. For me personally, I think he should have did it when it was important. Not every single time he comes out as his catchphrase, what do you want to talk about? Just doesn't work for me anymore. The first couple of times, yes. But he didn't need to do it every single time. And for me personally, it's played out. Anybody else will probably like it, not me. Was it good when it came to Finn Balor? No. But it was supposed to set up that he can wrestle again. But that kind of hurts Finn. Out of all of Judgment Day, who's getting the worst end of the stick of this? Finn Balor. I don't know about JD. I don't know about Alex. But Finn Balor is getting the shaft here. And I just don't agree with it. I just don't. But Rhea Ripley's getting over. Damian Priest is getting over. Dominic is getting over. But Finn is getting host. And it's a good possibility he's fine with it because he's letting all of them get over. So it'll make him happy. I'm fine with that. But still, as it stands, it don't look good. Jey Uso talking with Sami Zayn. Many people are probably tired of this. I'm not, because the way it's still being booked, it feels like
they're going to do something with Jey.
More than just break up the bloodline. As I've said, if anybody wants to look at the video. I might even leave the connection to the Gump report I made of who is the real head of the table. I'm not saying it's really going to happen, but something that Jay's doing is going to lead to something. Now, I'm not saying that's it, but I will leave the connection below to my original video. Maybe it might happen, but I doubt it. I don't know. Do I believe that something's going to happen by the time of maybe SummerSlam? Yeah, I believe that, but that's just me. The thing that gets me, and it's not Bad Bunny dealing with Damian Priest. That was fine. I didn't have a problem with Damian Priest having a match with Ray, doing whatever he needed to do to beat Ray. Hopefully Ray didn't get really hurt from the chair shot, because Damien did throw it at his head pretty hard. Seeing him in with Bad Bunny, seeing that Bad Bunny wants a street fight in Puerto Rico, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. What gets me very curious is what Triple H did when he came out. Triple H came out. He said he's about to change the game. He said simply that when Roman Reigns is drafted, whether to Raw or SmackDown, he will be taking Universal title with him. It's undisputed. It's Universal title. That's it. They're probably going to switch it from the undisputed Universal title back to the Universal title wherever he goes. I think he'll stay on SmackDown. But the point is, we got a new title for the World Championship. A newly revamped title that looks mostly like the original one that Ric Flair had, but it does look a bit different. Am I happy? Is what we've been expecting eventually had to happen. It's not about me being happy. We know that there will be a new champion, and it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. Clash of Champions, I believe they're going to do in Saudi Arabia, and it's going to be crowning a new champion. Probably just going to be a tournament that's going to be set up in the next couple of weeks. That will be after the draft. People will be challenging, and by the time of Night of Champions, we will have two competitors who will be trying to become the new World Heavyweight Champion of WWE. Whether it's going to be a Raw or SmackDown, doesn't matter. But here's the thing. I'm saying this now, whether JD agrees with me or not, or just Alex or Solomonster or Wrestling Inc. or the Sleg Daddy, it don't matter. This means one thing. Nothing. Nothing. I'm making this clear, guys. I'm not going to be against anyone who wins. If Sheamus wins, instead of winning the Intercontinental, which he should, if he goes for the world, I wouldn't be too surprised. Or Drew, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. Or Seth for that matter. But here's the thing. We still have Vince in creative control. It is obvious that Triple H is not running creative. It's obvious that Vince is still interjecting whatever he wants at any time, telling Triple H, you can do this now. The next week. No, I want this. This Friday, I want this. This next Monday, you can do what you want. Next, do that. He must follow the orders of his boss. And it will be like this, and I do not buy not 1 minute, particularly with Omos going up against Seth Rollins. That isn't a Vince thing. It is Vince. So, no matter who wins, that world champion, well, look, I don't care who becomes world champion. I'm hoping to be someone good. But knowing that Vince is in creative control, there is no way that this is not going to end well. Maybe they'll let Cody win. There's a very strong chance. Instead of Cody getting the special moment at a signature pay-per-view, like SummerSlam for that matter. Why not do it at SummerSlam on Roman Reigns? I don't buy that. I think that Vince may just throw the title onto Cody just to get it over with. And as I've said more than a few times, that Cody is going to be pushed hard. But then he's going to be here. That's it. I don't trust Vince. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm a pessimist. I don't care. We had gone right back to Vince McMahon in some level of control. We know he's in control of creative. He is the current one that's working the business for one who's owning WWE. Simply put, puts it in his hands. Do not believe that Vince is going to run it the way he wants within the next 2 years until he signs an extension.
I know Vince is going to sign an extension. There's no way.
No way he's not going to stick around past the 2 years of his contract that he signed himself. I believe there's going to be an extension or a new contract to stay longer. That's the way I see it. Unless I see Vince not sign the contract and goes on WWE TV and says, I am now retiring. and he's going to go into the Hall of Fame himself. I don't see it until then. The change is real. I think that might be the title of this. But doesn't matter, the change. Maybe that might be the title. I don't know. But I'm just telling you how I feel about this Raw. It had a few things in it, but it still was kind of boring. And knowing that is going to be a world title does not mean that it's going to be booked well. I think they're going to throw that title onto Cody instead of doing Roman Reigns. I think they may do that. But that's just me. Peace.